Hi there, I hope you're well. My name is Faye and I'm really grateful that you tuned into this video today. I'm starting to shuffle the cards. We're gonna just do a quick 3 cards pull, and the call today is to offer this reading for people like you who are aware that the bridge between the new world and the old world, that bridge, it's unconditional love, right? Love is the answer, and it's the frequency that belongs in all dimensions. And sometimes we find ourselves in situations where it's hard to tap into that frequency just because the density around us is just so dense. It's just, and that's when it triggers, that's the word, yeah, or not triggers, but rather pokes at our pain body that might still have some aspects of it that are calling to be brought to light, right? So there's this pain body that is alchemized and transmuted through light, through awareness, through loving acceptance of it. But sometimes new parts of it that we didn't know were still there are being rubbed. And that can happen when we still gravitate or exist in environments that are dense with lower frequencies. Yeah. So what does Spirit have to say about that? About helping us navigate this transition and tap into the frequency of love, even when we're feeling heavy, feeling the heaviness, right? Obviously, the answer is to be the watcher and accept it all and catch the pain body before it takes over our thinking and our reactive patterns. That's the answer, but it's easier said than done sometimes. So, whoa, all right. So we pulled 3 cards. Let's just do it. 3 cards came out at once, and I'm okay with that. So there's this man who has a mask. He's wearing a mask, and actually he's not wearing it. He has the mask and he's ready to use it, to wear it, but he's not sure he wants to. He's like, wait a second, do I need this mask? Because the mask is easier. It's a way to kind of just soldier on and push through the heaviness and the density and kind of make it work, to just, make it work. But you can tell he's looking down right there and he's like, all right, like, what the fuck? What is this? I don't need this, but how do I proceed? He kind of doesn't want to look around. He feels like he might be met with anger or confrontation. Just be confronted with hurting reactions. He's wearing a lot of green. And that's obviously the color of the heart space. Maybe it's not that obvious. Who cares? And he's like, all right, I've done the work. I can tap into that frequency of love. I know it. I've tasted it. I embody it when I'm in safe environments. And now I'm going into environments that don't feel as safe, where I'm used to wearing a mask, and now I'm taking off the mask, and I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna get shot at? Am I gonna get fired? Maybe for you it's a work environment. Are you afraid of losing your job or whatever? But what he doesn't see, what his face here is refusing to see, is that he is love. There's color emanating from him. He is that frequency. So he doesn't need to fear. But that's very hard to remember when you're in it and you're surrounded by just these triggering scenarios. So let's see what else is there. Love begins. There you go. So more green and more heart and more harmony. And the two hands are offering water to the stream. So the two hands are feeding the stream of love. And the two hands here could represent the doing and the action. And here, when you look at this card, the actions are based in habitual patterns and just habitual ways of doing and taking action and stepping forward and all of that. And now it's a matter of shifting the definition of what it means to take action, and to understand that the main action, the one that will always pay off, is the action that feeds the stream of love. That's the only way, but that's very hard to grasp. So the answer is not to grasp. It's to take off the mask, breathe, feed into that stream of love, remember that you are love, and then just bring up your gaze. And stay anchored into that frequency, and trust that the frequency will speak for itself and do the work for you and be enough to help you deal with whatever comes your way that might have been triggering in the past. And now, instead of it being a trigger, it becomes a reminder. It becomes what does it become, Spirit? Awareness. Yeah, it is awareness. So it is an opportunity to become more aware. And that's funny here. I never really noticed before. I always use this deck, so I know these cards, but they always reveal something new every time I do a reading. which is incredible, which is why I love using the same deck over and over again. I use other decks too, but just anyway. There's different details brought to my attention every time, and that's the magic of cards and reading cards and allowing yourself to be in a relationship with them that is being refreshed, and that is spurred with the magic of the now over and over again, right? So what I am noticing, all that being said, is that this man here, there's like black and white here at the bottom, and he slowly becomes colored and filled with light and universal essence as he gets closer, as like the image gets closer to the point of connection with spirit. But what this card doesn't show, however, is that rooting down with the earth. So yes, it's one thing to have a connection with spirit, but it also does need to be rooted down deeply and lovingly in relationship to Mother Earth. Because if spirit is the divine masculine, Mother Earth is the divine feminine. And so I can only imagine here that there's also light at the bottom here, like for those roots to just grow solid in the ground. And if we see the 3D world as a space where lower frequencies still meddle with higher frequencies, so it's a denser space, that physical realm, and then we see this point of contact with the crown chakra, the soul star chakra, all of that connecting to the higher dimensions and frequencies, and that's how we can tap into beauty and intelligence and wisdom and all of that. Obviously there's portals elsewhere in the body through the heart, and then so if we see this kind of higher frequencies being enveloping of this third dimension, we must also see kind of the reflection of it that happens through the earth star chakra, like lower here, that is also quite luminous, but just luminous in a different way, luminous in a more mysterious way, I'd say, just because of the yin aspect of the feminine. There's more here. Spirit, help me. Do I pull more cards? So here, in navigating these situations that are in the middle where frequencies coexist, there needs to be an awareness of the polarities, but also an awareness of spirit. My mind, my own habitual ways of talking and expressing myself are getting in the way right now. And it's as if right now what I'm feeling is the sense of not being able to deliver this message, to fully embody that frequency of love. It's as if right now what I'm feeling is the thinking, kind of the narration, like the chit chat, like the commentator, kind of real time live comments. I'm feeling that, and it is invasive. It truly is, but it's there. So the only thing I can do right now is not stop this video and be like, oh my God, like I'm failing as a messenger or whatever it is that I call myself. I don't call myself anything. I'm just recording because I love it. I can only breathe right now. And trust that it's enough. Breathing is enough. There's nothing to figure out. There truly isn't. But that mind of mine, I'll speak for myself right now, is like, we need to figure this out. We need to figure out how to anchor down, anchor in, root down, whatever the word. We need to do that. We need to figure out how to embody it fully. But there's no need to figure it out. There just is an embodiment of it. It just happens. And if you're watching this video right now, and if you're still watching right now, you're doing it. It means you're at that point in your life where you're kind of surrendering your sense of self. You're kind of that mask. That mask is your sense of self. And then beneath it is a human being. Like there's this body that does act as a physical reminder of separation, right? We are consciousness experiencing itself. That's what we are. And this body helps us experience ourselves. That's what it is. So once you've taken the mask off and you're left with this body and this frequency that inhabits the body, that's it. That's it. There's nothing more. You're here. You made it. You are, and you're aware, and you can relax. You can bring those eyes up and look at the world around you and marvel at the world around you and be like, wow, that's pretty cool. Look at this world we've created. There's houses and the trees are still standing. Yay. And the birds are singing, and I get to create, and I get to play, and I get to face my coworkers and see them for the consciousness that they are. And if they're still wearing their mask, that's okay. It doesn't mean I need to wear mine. I can just notice their mask and still see that there's an essence behind it, right? And choose to focus on that essence, focus on that light that sparkles in their eye. And wink at it and be like, I see you, I see you. Keep the mask on if you want to. It's okay. I've chosen to take mine off though. And I'm safe without it. And I'm learning to fully, consistently remember and remind myself, or just know that I am safe. There's this adjustment period though. It does feel naked at first. It does feel like where is my mask? I'm naked. It feels weird at first. It does. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There's nothing more to figure out now. There's just a getting used to that way of being, to that way of showing up in the world. Yeah. And then from there, from living without mask, love begins. Your relationship to life, to others, is fueled by love. And you keep feeding the stream of love, and love keeps propelling you forward. And it's quite beautiful. Yeah, it is quite beautiful. I was trying to see if there's something more, but I think that's it. I'm exhausted. Wow, I'm exhausted. I really am. And I think it just shows how it's the nervous system as it relaxes. Yes, this getting used to a new world and a new frequency is like being a newborn, a baby. Babies need to nap pretty much all day long, right? It's exhausting to bring awareness to those patterns and deciding not to go down the same path again, which is the easy path, because it's the path more traveled. So it's been, yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, I don't know. There's something exhausting in just accepting that there's nothing more to figure out. There's something like, you mean I can truly relax? I can just truly be and just breathe and that's enough? Yes. Just breathe. It's enough. That's it. And I still am adjusting to that way of life, to that way of being. And I very much needed that message as well. I really did. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, for showing up. And thanks to Mother Earth for nurturing us and loving us unconditionally. Yeah. All right. Well, you just go and breathe. Bye.